Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I think the uniqueness of the Reggae Girls is they embody the national motto of Jamaica, which is out of many one people. So when you look at the entirety of the Jamaica squad, you have dark-skinned girls, mixed-race girls, girls who have black and Asian in them. You also have the homegrown players, so like your Bunny Shaw, your Konya Plummer, your Den Blackwood. So what that means in terms of from a grassroots perspective is girls who are born in Jamaica can look at a Bunny Shaw and hear that authentic accent and say, you know, if Bunny can make it, then so can I. Once you hear that authenticity, that raw Jamaican accent, they should be able to look at a Bunny Shaw who's now our captain to say, if Bunny can do it, especially if you come from the same community, the same parish as her, if she can do it, then so can we.
I want to give a big bless up to the Reggae girls out there. They ain't believing us. John did. Reggae girls, keep winning, keep inspiring. I know you're going to be great out there. World Cup. Sadella Marley, number love. Bless up from DJ Khaled.
And I'm representing for the Reggae girls. You know what I mean? Big up on yourself every time. Especially if you're qualifying for the World Cup back to back. You know what I mean? Sidela, big up yourself. One love every time. You know the thing go. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. What the Reggae girls do? Left them name night earth like a queen. Me have to big up the top soccer team. You know Massacre represent. Jamaica support you every time. You know the thing go.
Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
I feel happy from UK, you know.
See the moonlights on the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Talawa TV is in the town. Whoa, I'm getting ready. Got a corner on the telephone. Yeah, this is the Ocean of the Messenger, and you're watching Talawa TV with the host and best. Today, take it away.
My Talowers, how are you all? Good afternoon, good evening, possibly good morning. All depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to another live stream. Before I forget my manners, massive thank you to my Talowers out there. I put a request in my community tab and you guys did not disappoint me. You never disappoint me. You gave me my wishes. Subsequently, the knock-on effect of that is I am here with another live stream on a wonderful Friday evening. If you're making your way home from work or any personal activities, I do hope that you make it home safe and unharmed, because walking through your doors is a underrated blessing. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm not sure if you guys celebrate Valentine's Day, but to my Talowers, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for showing me love over the years, and I do pray that you continue to rock with me for however long I choose to give you a live stream. Tomorrow isn't promised, so I'm not going to put a date on it, but I do hope that I'm here for a long run. All right, so tonight we're going to be keeping it short and sweet, not because of the special day, but because of timing. We're kind of pressed, myself and the team. Before I forget, a massive shout out to the Reggae Boyz and Reggae Girls Supporters Club. If you don't know about them, I don't know what to tell you. You must be living under a rock. Do head over to the Reggae Boyz and Reggae Girls Supporters Club on social media. So that is over on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, and also on Instagram as well. And kindly click that like button. Also click that follow button. It does not cost you a penny. Go ahead and hit the like button on tonight's live stream if you haven't done so. And if you're new to my channel, I do hope that tonight won't be the last. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button on my channel and also over on the Reggae Boyz and Reggae Girls Supporters Club. I do have two of the lads from the Supporters Clubs who will be joining me. You must be familiar with one of their faces. That is Mr. Jeremy Lee. And I'm very privileged to be having a debut on my channel. I'm pretty sure it's a debut. I don't think he's been on my channel before. But if he has, clearly I must have some sort of short-term memory. I do apologize. So let me just go ahead and bring on my lovely panelists. It is Mr. Jeremy Lee and also Mr. Siobhan. How are you, lads?
Hi, I'm doing great, Crystal. Thanks for having me. Privileged to be here. The debut, I'm hoping you're talking about Jeremy and not me, because I've been on the show before.
Have you been here before? I am so sorry. You say short-term memory. I am
I
so
have.
sorry.
Well, it's been a while though. It's been a while. Actually, I haven't been on much shows that much. But it's great to be here. I know that you're probably the biggest supporters of the Reggae Girls. So what you do and the message that you spread for the girls, it's really appreciated.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And my apologies. Memory clearly isn't that great, so I do apologize. And I'm glad that you're back, and hopefully tonight won't be your last. And Mr. Lee, Mr. Jeremy Lee, sir, I think you are on mute, but you're definitely no stranger to the channel. How are you? Let's see if I can unmute you. There
I
we
think
go.
it was you. Yeah. I'm good now.
Yes, you're perfect.
Yeah, Siobhan. Yeah, big up yourself, Siobhan. Yeah, I never remember you. I never remember seeing you you on the show. But back to Crystal. I gotta give it to her. I've heard a lot of guys say she's the reason why they start on to watch female football. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm pushing her out there to keep on doing your thing. Don't get discouraged. You have a band of brothers behind you. And what we try to do is to get female who think like you know, in the game. Right, Siobhan? So
Yeah,
enough
cause
respect to your Crystal and keep fighting.
Thank you.
because as you mentioned, a lot of persons, because I think the Reggae Girls has been the most successful team in our football, and I think a lot of that was underrated. So what you've done for the local aspect of Jamaicans, you've brought that sense of admiration to the persons know that hey, it's not just the boys, the
Yep.
females as well. The females have the love as well. And honestly, if it wasn't for someone like you, Crystal, the YouTube space would just be crowded with the Reggae Boys, Reggae Boys, Reggae Boys.
Yep. Yep. So we do, you know, we have lots of respect for you, Mama. Lots of respect for you, you know?
Thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys have just completely melted my heart. Like, I really do appreciate your warm words. Honest to God, like, it's so weird. Like, God works in mysterious ways because every time I feel like just giving up, because I'm like, sometimes the circle, in terms of the YouTube circle, just becomes very toxic. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I can't deal with this no more because it's just mentally draining. I mean, you guys know what it's like when you love your team. It's even different when it's your country because the emotions is raw. Like, you know, it can become a bit emotionally burdensome at times. And at times I have definitely said to myself, look, I can't do this no more. I mean, even back in October to November, I had a call with someone at the Jamaica Football Federation. I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna do this no more. I don't think I'm gonna pick up
Yeah.
the no more because it's too much for me. Honest to God, and it's so funny that it was someone at the Jamaica Football Federation that was just like, no, don't stop talking about them, take a break, and then come back. I kid you not, that was someone from the Jamaica Football Federation. Make of that what you will. I know we all have our personal opinion, but the fact
Yeah.
that internally is telling me, no, don't stop. And I'm not one to always say negative or positive things about the federation. I try to be objective, but as I said, make of that what you will. Someone internally saying no, continue. Yeah, it's as I said, the Lord works in mysterious ways, and then to have you guys again backing me and just echoing that support, I definitely appreciate it. So thank you guys for taking in my content, and yeah, I really appreciate your support. To the guys
Yep.
in
We're there up to you.
to
By
the
the way,
guys,
Siobhan, how you feeling
go
now,
on.
Siobhan?
I'm a bit better now, but I'm trying to limit the screen time still to some extent. But woke up this morning with a headache, but it's not really that much now. But I'm still trying to limit it. I don't want to just get up and say that it's gone fully.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Crystal said come out for an hour. So I said, yeah, anything for Jamaican football, boys, girls, turtles, giraffes. Once it's reggae in front of it and it's football,
Yeah.
I'll make myself
Big
available.
up Cranky. Cranky in the building.
Yeah, bless
Bless
up,
up to the
Cranky.
guys. Bless up the guys in the comments section. Unseen Sports. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to Cranky Live. Conroy Sterling. Bless up, Conroy. I hope you're well. Good day, Miss Rochelle Brown. I hope you're well. I hope you're all in good health, guys, in the comments section. And also, big up DC as well. I hope that, just like the rest of the guys in the comments section, I hope that you are also in good health. So, As Siobhan said, we've only got an hour, but just under an hour, guys. Maybe about 50 minutes tops because we are in a bit of a rush. So we're going to be kicking things off by talking about the U17's Reggae Boys, and they are close, narrowly close to creating a bit of history. Let's go ahead and look at where we're at in terms of the qualifiers for the upcoming FIFA Men's U17's World Cup. And let's do a quick little recap before we jump into the big showdown against El Salvador. And that one is taking place tomorrow. I'm not going to give you guys the time because I don't want to confuse anyone, but do a quick little Google search, or you could just lock your eyes on this game right in front of you and figure out when we'll be playing, the time when we'll be playing against El Salvador. All right. So let's look at the results so far in the CONCACAF U17's boys championship qualifier, and this is for the all important ticket to the upcoming World Cup, right? So we started things off on I'm going to say positive note. I know it was against St. Lucia, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there, the 12 man, would have loved to have hammered them with the scoreline, but we did start things off on a positive note, beating St. Lucia 3-1. We
Yeah,
move on. Go on.
Crystal, I get the notion that fans would have wanted to say, "Hey, we should have trumped Saint Lucia," but a lot of persons need to understand that the same as how we as Jamaicans we want our football to improve. All the other Caribbean nations, they want their football to improve, and they have been putting in the measures to try to do so. So gone are the days when we would expect well, probably shouldn't say like the US, because the US and Mexico, they're on a different level right now. But gone are the days when we as Jamaicans will be trumping our Caribbean rivals like that, especially now
Yeah.
because we can see a lot of the Caribbean islands, they're actually sending some of their talented players to Jamaica, to the academies here, to the high schools here.
Yeah.
So they are actually, so they are there, as you can see, even with El Salvador. El Salvador almost struggled to even beat St. Lucia as well.
Yeah.
So I don't see it as a negative. I see it as a good result against St. Lucia. The only thing was the defensive error that led to the St. Lucia goal, and the defensive error for us that led to the goal against Cayman as well. So I personally won't see it as a deterrent in any way.
Yeah. I agree with you, Siobhan. Big up Mr. Porter in our comment section. Big up. That man been doing a lot of work for Jamaica. You know, keep on doing it, man. Yes, Siobhan. I have the same sentiment too. After we beat them 3-1, right? I would say that, man, wait. But after I went back and I saw them play, I was like, whoa, St. Lucia was not an easy team to beat. So I personally have to go back and take that back. It wasn't an easy team to beat.
I
Yeah.
agree. I think, it reminds me, like, when we segue and look over where their female counterparts is concerned in terms of senior women reggae girls, you can kind of see, let's look at the last successful women's World Cup qualifiers. You could see that the other Caribbean nations, they're far from being a pushover. Gone are the
Yeah.
days where we can just tuck in another Caribbean nation. They're on our backs. And as I've said on previous live streams, the one of the major downside with Jamaica qualifying for back-to-back FIFA Women's World Cup is that will inevitably encourage the likes of your Dominican Republic and your Haiti to say, look, if Jamaica can do it, so can I. So it does make things twice as difficult, but we don't mind the competition. The competition is only going to make us fiercer. It's only going to help us with develop ourselves within our region. And like Siobhan's saying, you have youngsters coming from other countries and wanting to play in Jamaica. And I think that says a lot. Usually we only see these types of movements and transfers when you're looking at track and field. So to see it in football is a major positive. To continue with reminding you guys of those score lines, again, we defeated St. Lucia 3-1, and subsequently we moved on to Cayman Islands, where we defeated them 10-1. And that was a game that most of us in the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club, those of us who were, let's say, either at work with flexibility, or working from home, or had some free time. So we kind of watched that one from different countries, cheering on the young U17s Reggae Boyz, and the scoreline is on the screen there in front of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get onto what that scoreline means in a bit, but again, the big showdown comes tomorrow, where we are going to be taking on El Salvador. Let's have a quick little glance at El Salvador and their results in the same competition. If I could just go back a step. El Salvador, they kick things off against Cayman Islands, beating Cayman Islands 8-0. And then they went on to play against St. Lucia, where I think many probably were exactly surprised by the scoreline. They only managed to put 2 past St. Lucia, right? Which makes for a positive reading for us where we're concerned with Torres showdown. If you go ahead and look at the table, if I can find Jamaica for you, we are out in front. We sit at the top of the table. I like to say sitting pretty at the top, but just by a narrow goal difference. We do have, I say this lightly or loosely, a superior goal difference of 11, but we are being chased by El Salvador, our next opponents. They have a goal difference of 10. You can clearly see there that we have maximum points after 2 games played, 6 points in our back pockets. Likewise, same does El Salvador for that big crunch. Match tomorrow.
Mr. Galaxy, so the squad announcement for the Reggae Girls senior team has been pushed till Monday. So it should come out on Monday.
Oh, yeah. I did saw that.
I think he probably were under the impression that that would be out today, like most of us. But yes, that's been pushed to Monday. Thank you for that, Siobhan.
No problem.
So again, looking at the table, that's all we're locking horns with El Salvador. So the 1 point will get us to the upcoming FIFA U17 World Cup, but playing for a draw, I'm pretty sure the boys won't be playing for a draw. When you play for a draw, it does tend to get a little bit risky, so I'm certain that they won't be playing for a draw. But what's you guys' thoughts on those 2 games so far from the young Red Boys?
Let me pick up on this. So we have just a 1 because we conceded 2, right, and we scored 13. So when you look at it, we just have the 1 goal different, the 1 plus, right? Here's what I look at, and what everybody is looking at. The girls that lost to, anyway, they needed a tie, right? But the team was playing at home and the team beat them. Here's my main concern, and it's my main concern. We're playing against a Central America country in Central America. I hope the referee is not from Central America. They always go against us. They always go against us. That's my biggest concern.
Jeremy, that was a point that I wanted to bring up in regards to playing for a draw. And it's not necessarily Central America only. Spanish-speaking referee as well.
Yes.
A Spanish-speaking, a Spanish-speaking referee. Not sure is it wise that most time we can't get referees from the other Caribbean islands, but every single time Jamaica is playing, we get referees from either Mexico, US, Canada, or Central America. I've never seen one where we've gotten a Trinidadian referee, a Caymanian referee. I'm not sure if those countries have referees, but
how many referees outside of do we Jamaica have any referee?
We have a lot of FIFA referees, but we do. But remember, they can't ref our games.
No, I know, but I'm just saying I've rarely seen any black referees the last 10 years. Am I wrong or right?
They are there.
They're there. They're there,
man. It's just that it's just that for their games.
No,
all right. To be fair,
you can't ref your country. But are they in the middle? Are they?
All right. To be fair, Jeremy, you just made a point. A lot of those games, they're either on the VR team, fourth official, or on the sideline. It's rarely you see a situation where they're actually the man in the middle. But
Every supporter say a part of the conspiracy. I'm telling you, Crystal, they never give us a break. They never give us a break.
uh,
Um,
but we don't want to communicate. We don't want to start any war right
yeah,
now.
yeah. But how was it bring that up? How was bring it up? Keep on
And
going, Crystal.
it's a fair point. Fair point. So yes, lads, as I was saying, how you're feeling after those two games there, and more importantly, how confident are you that the young boys will go ahead and get the job done and create even more history for us?
I'm looking at the comments, and Mr. Porter said Freddie Butler is gonna go for the win. I think that's what we have to do. We have to go for the win, right, Siobhan? That's
Yeah,
just go for the win and ensure that.
yeah. So for me, the past two results, what I wanted to come into this result on top of the table. I think that was most important. As we mentioned. No, I think the game. I know the no for right now. The game is it's on El Salvador to come out to win the game. So
Yeah,
they'll be under a lot more pressure than us. As we all know that the players will still be going out to win the game, but they're not under the immense pressure that the El Salvadorans will be on. I know that we will be we will be the away team. It's in a Central American country. So if there's a Guatemalan there, they're going to be some cheering for El Salvador.
exactly.
Um, so we would still have to hold our own. But for the first two results, the only issue that I've seen, at times we do have a bit of complacency. I'm not sure if it's
Mhm.
because maybe the opposition is not that strong as us, and we tend to overpass at times. And two defense lapses. The one against Cayman, it was two errors back to back that actually led to a penalty. That led to the penalty, and the one that led to St. Lucia's goal. I want to see that limited for this game because El Salvador doesn't need the amount of chances that a St. Lucia or a Cayman will need. They just need one.
Yeah,
So we need to
but
ensure that we go into the game not making any errors or anything of that sort.
yeah, there's a couple good things in our favor. We had 5 players that got a yellow card in the first game, and we actually rested them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they are going to start again fresh. Well, I also observed El Salvador best player got injured yesterday, so don't
Yeah,
know
wish
if
him a
he's going to be
well.
starting.
Personally, I wish him a speedy recovery. I don't. I really don't. I'm not
No,
that
I'm
type
not
of
wishing
person.
anything
Yeah,
bad for him. I'm not wishing anything bad for him. But if the best player does not play against us, you know what I mean, tomorrow,
it would be
that's
an
a plus for us,
advantage.
right?
Yeah, it would be an advantage.
We
But
have
I
that
still
advantage.
want to wish a speedy recovery for the youngster as well.
Yeah, plus they have to win. How many, is a tie. But as Mr. Porter said, we're not going for a tie. We're going for the win. And think of this, folks. This will be 11 years since we not qualifying. 11 years, 11. I'm sorry, it's 2011. It was
And
11 years.
what I want
13
as
years.
well, what I want as well,
14
Jeremy.
years. Yeah.
And I'm going to call out some fans on YouTube for this. Um, if tomorrow we are successful,
Yeah.
the same amount of persons that would come out and beat the team, beat the JFF, if the team is not successful, I want to see that same level of congratulations to the players.
Yes. Yes. I agree
Because
with you.
we've seen it a lot of times where the team is successful, you don't hear nothing about it. But when the
And
team
I
is
want this team to qualify for a lot of reasons. This team need to qualify for a lot of reasons. And they're all good. Right? They're all
it's
good.
an amazing bunch of players, believe me. When you
And the
see them
parents
play,
behind them, the parents behind them, right?
exactly.
Coaching
So
staff and everything, This is, and even if we fail, continue. This
no,
is
no, no.
wonderful.
There is no. If let's get that out of your, let's get that out of your brain. But no,
All
no,
right, yes, sir. I'm gonna keep going forward.
no, don't do that.
Yeah, man. This is we need this. The nation need this. Another good thing in this crystal, right? Mount Pleasant, right, have 9 players. 9 players
Yeah,
in this tournament.
we have to talk about that. And Crystal, this is something that I was wondering as well. Mount Pleasant potentially having like a female academy as well.
Oh, really?
No, I'm wondering if it's something I think that they
Oh, okay.
can do because the short space of time in which Mount Pleasant has been around,
Yeah.
you can see their influence on the Caribbean game already. The amount of players in which they have in this U17 tournament, I've never seen it from a Jamaican aspect. I've never seen it before. You
But
only
think of the Chevy, right? If Haiti qualify, right? Them have some of Trinidad, St. Lucia, and another country. I think it's 4 countries. Apart from us. I think it's 5 countries.
yeah,
Can you
yeah,
imagine if 3 countries, right, have their players qualify? This is
and they're
good for them. And other countries gonna start and look at us, right? And that's a good thing for Jamaica.
yeah, it is. And I think it's something that we no, well, not we, cause the trail we broke like dog. The trail we broke like dog, but the 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 persons with the funds in Jamaica can look at it and say that, hey, if we properly invest in this as Mr. Gold has, because he never had to come here. He's not a Jamaican. I don't even
Yeah.
know where the Jamaican connection came from. Crystal, I'm not sure if you know where the Jamaican connection came from, but he took a gamble on Jamaica and now he can potentially create history with Jamaica as well. So it's amazing and we would love for more persons to really put that foot forward. As you can, we can go a long way in all aspects. Female, as you can see, the recent. I know we're. I don't want to jump too fast, Crystal, but I'm really excited about the Women's Premier League, the announcement, everything
Yes,
about it.
100%, 100%.
Believe me, everything about it. So it's something that we all. I just want to see a good footballing product all around, male, female. As I mentioned, the giraffes, the alligators. I want everyone to just have that footballing culture back in Jamaica.
I'm buzzing for it. I was actually going to give it its own special dedicated show to talk about like the Jamaica Women's Premier League. Again, simply because we're pressed for time and it's a
Mm-hmm.
it could be a monumental moment in the history of girls and women's football in Jamaica. It's looking good. I like the media launch. It looked clean. There's plenty of positives just from an
Hmm.
outsider looking on that I picked up on. So I think we're going to have to push this to another show, guys, and just mainly talk about tonight's topic of discussion. But I'm definitely with Siobhan on that. Like, there's definitely some exciting times coming ahead where the Jamaica Women's Premier League is concerned.
Yeah.
Um before big up yourself in the comment section, Mr. Kyle Wallace, Mr. Galaxy, Mr. Devon Porter. I don't think I've given you guys your big up yet, and I do not want to forget. Also, guys, if you haven't dropped a comment in the comment section, please do go ahead, interact with the comment section. Jamaica Youth Travels, big up yourself. Issa Allen, big up yourself also. Do remember to hit like on this video, and if you're watching over on the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club, do kindly go ahead and do the same. Okay. And before I forget my manners, thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning into the live stream. We've got a little over half an hour to go. So guys, I'm not a fan of odd numbers, but is there a pattern at play here? Could we be buying into a pattern of play? 2018,
Go.
2019, 2023, and now potentially
2025.
2025. You see where I'm going with this in
No,
terms of qualifiers?
I'm not
You
going
know,
to
the
go
Reggae
with that because 2026 we need that. So I'm not going to go with that. So shalama shalama, get that out of the
no, no, no,
air.
no, no. I'm not saying that we won't qualify for 2026. I'm saying it seems like these odd numbers seems to be
It's
working for
working.
us. Of course,
No, I just think that
2027.
all right, let's take it this way.
Mm,
We have seen some improvement over the last 10 years. As much as person might say there hasn't been any improvement,
mm,
maybe there has been some slight improvement.
yeah.
And what?
Um,
And what are you talking?
I mean, the women's team, two successful qualifications in a row. Um, we have seen where the men's team, even though not going to the finals of the Gold Cup, um, our recruitment has gone a lot better. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say that there has been some, even if it's just 1% improvement, it's still an improvement. It's still better than what
Yeah.
we had before.
I think
100%.
So
I think that we're learning from past mistakes. We're not 100% there, but we starting to get much better, right? We just can't just count in players and expect them to just gel right away, right?
mhm.
It's just it's a lot that we have actually learned from. Still have a long way to go, but
All right,
we're
guys.
getting a little bit better.
No, I 100% agree with you. And for those of you who are wondering, in case you haven't picked up yet, the next FIFA U17's boys or men's, I should say, World Cup takes place this year. You can see 2025 on the screen in front of you, and this one will take place in Qatar from the 5th of November to the 27th of November, for those of you who are wondering. Okay, so do go ahead and write those in your diary. Will we be in Qatar?
And save your money, guys. Qatar's trip is a very expensive one, and we all want to be there, so we need to start saving from now, guys. Yeah.
How are you guys feeling? Do you think that we'll be in Qatar?
I mean, I've already
I-
bought my ticket, so I don't know about
yeah,
you. So.
Oh
we're gonna
wow,
be we're gonna
okay.
be there.
Shaban's the money man. I mean, I'm
You know,
broke, so
to
No,
not
man,
be
I
there.
bought it virtually. In my mind, I bought it in my mind.
fair
So
enough.
Yeah. So, Siobhan, with this under 17, right? Are you familiar with with any of the players?
one in particular, Owen Jump. He's one of the Mount Pleasant players as well. I remember the first time I saw him, it was in the Jamaica Tier 2 competition.
Uh-huh.
I think he was either 14 or 15 at the time. Because as
Okay.
you know, Mount Pleasant, the academy, they have a youth team that plays in the Tier 2.
Yes,
Um,
I heard that. Yeah.
and he was 14, 15 playing against big men. And he was literally, can I say it, Crystal? Dog walking. He was dog walking the entire field from the middle of the
Mhm.
park. You could see his quality. You could see his composure. He's not the type of player that really wants to get the ball in the air. He always wants the ball on the ground. So he's one of the players. You have Seymour Reed. I mentioned him the other day when I was watching Management, when I was on Management stream, about
Mhm.
the fact that he's the type of striker that I haven't seen in a while that Jamaica have. That type of
Mhm.
striker that he can link up a play, and also he's not afraid to shoot. He's literally not afraid to shoot. Hence the reason why he has so many goals. This kid is deadly. There's so many others, but the two for me though, the one that I know personally would be Owen Jump, and the one that stood out to me the most so far would be Seymour Reed.
Okay.
100%. 100. There was a period in that game, just piggybacking off what you said with Seymour, where it's almost as if he just grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and said, you know what, to hell with this. We need to up those numbers in terms of
Uh-huh.
the goal difference. And he really took charge of that match and did what he needed to do in terms of goals contribution, assists, and also finding the back of the net as well. So I think from that game, the last match, definitely for me, the standout player, because he stood up and held
Well,
himself
to
accountable.
me, Crystal, the standout player was Jump because the minute
You think
Jump
so?
came off the field,
Mm.
I saw where he came on kind of our midfield kind of looked a bit lethargic. I'm not sure if it could
Yeah.
have been heavy legs, but when I saw Jump come off the field, the midfield didn't look as comfortable as they did when he was on it.
I
Again,
Yeah,
just
good
not
evening, Mr. KJ Reed.
I just
Welcome to the
think
show,
there's
sir.
I just think there's something about
say
Seymour from that
no.
game where
He's no. Believe me,
lost
what you
it,
said it
you
was
know?
100% correct.
Yeah.
There was a point in the game when he's as if he was the only person that remembered that we needed the goals, and he
Exactly.
took
Like a man
charge.
possessed. Like he looked
Yeah,
like a man possessed, and he's got this little bit of a obviously this is I'm just speaking from that one game that we watch again as a group in our
Yeah.
different countries. He just looked very mature for his age. I don't know if anyone
Yeah.
else felt like that watching him, but the young man looked quite mature. He understood the assignment to the T,
and
and he
remember, Crystal, not to
Mhm.
cut you. this is where
No,
the
that's okay.
professionalism that most fans has been calling for with our players.
Exactly.
When you get
Exactly.
players who are around professional environment, they will act according
Spot
Say it
because
on.
again, Siobhan. Say it one more
um,
time.
Seymour Reed, he's grown up in an academy system in the US. So I think it's the Red Bulls or New York City.
New York City.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
so you can see that level of professionalism
You
with those
can.
players, and that's the reason why you will hear fans say that, hey, we need to have more players like that in the youth programs. It's not to say we want to keep out others, but it's situations like these. Once you're
Yes.
more equipped to something, it will become less of a struggle for you. So
Mhm.
I think this is the perfect showcase for that.
Oh yeah,
Also,
that's
Siobhan, I have
right.
to give the JFF the credit too, because I remember I was on a show with Mr. Speed about 3 years ago, and when I was asking him why we keep on failing, every other team, every other country have their team are prepared for a year or 2 years, and we just have the players for 3 weeks and 6 weeks. How can we win? And one thing I asked him about the team that qualified 2011. I'm sorry, 2011. And that was a team that I went and also qualified. Did you
Mhm.
know he had that team for 2 years,
Yeah,
training, going around the country,
yeah, I
picking up new
think
players and dropping off new players? That's how they discovered Alva's power, right?
yeah, I
And I
think
said,
there
why
was
can't we do that
another.
again?
I think that's something that was we all know because I think another YouTuber had mentioned it that he was actually a part of those training camps as well. So
Yeah,
preparation is a major factor, and I
it's
think
a major factor.
it's something that has been missing from our previous campaigns at the youth level.
Yes.
We've started camps a month or two before tournaments, and we expect to go up against a US in which, again, I really don't like to compare with the US, but fans always want to beat the US and Mexico. The
Yes.
US program doesn't stop.
No, it does. It's like New York City. It doesn't sleep.
It
The,
doesn't
the, the
sleep.
program keeps going on. But I tell
It
you when I
goes
know this team was going
constantly
to do
all
good.
year round.
Tell you when I know this team was going to do good. Altman Butler bring this team to New York last year.
I remember
Um,
that.
and they play against, like a New York select, right? And the kid hold their own. They lost, I think they lost on penalty. They even scored first, right?
Mm.
He was and he had a mixture of local boys and some kids from America. And just the fundamentals of how these kids were matching up with them, right? The lanes, the channels, you know what I mean? They were doing I was like, whoa, this is what we need. There was another person that was trying to be so negative, and I'm not gonna call that name. I won't say such man. And y'all know who is such man, right? That's not the correct team they're playing against. It doesn't matter. But what Altman Butler was doing was showing them something outside of Jamaica, right? Was having them play as a unit. This is the pattern of play that I want. So I have to
Mm.
give it to the JFF. I have to give it to Altman Butler. These guys are making a difference right now. So give the JFF props when they do good. Got to give it to them.
Yeah, I think again it goes back to the whole preparation thing. Um, really, really, really happy that it worked out this year. Looking forward to tomorrow more than anything.
Oh yes.
That game is going to be epic. For persons who want to know the time, Krista, because I know a lot of persons might see your screen and see 1 a.m. and might
Krista
complain.
said she's not saying the time.
Yeah.
Let me defend her. She said, I'm not
All
telling you
right.
the
So
time.
no, I'll just say it because there'll be a lot more persons from our side of the
Mhm.
world, Crystal.
Yes,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah. So let me just try to Google it. I think it should be 7 though. I'm not sure 7 or 5, but let me just verify. Because when
What
I
Seven
time
saw
is
it,
and
it
Crystal,
one.
when I
now?
saw it first, honestly, I was like, wait, well, oh, Crystal in England now.
What time is it in Jamaica now?
It
We
is
5 hours
now
behind you.
8:30 now.
So
Wait,
the
is it
kickoff will be 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
eight o'clock
Yeah, I
kickoff.
figure because it should be the second game,
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
Yeah.
8 o'clock
Wow.
kickoff. I
That
mean,
nerves there.
and everybody
yeah.
should be home by that time. So hopefully we can have everybody at home watching and giving their support, not being negative, guys.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. So, final question on this one before I'm going to piggyback on what Mr. Lee said in terms of giving the JFF credit. Definitely going to piggyback on that in a couple of seconds. But before I do so, guys in the comment section and also the lads on screen, are we going to Qatar 2025? Very straightforward answer, yes or no.
I mean, we're already there, so
I love it.
all right. So be forward. Yeah, I think we will. I think we will qualify. It's not going to be an easy encounter because both teams will be going out to win as well.
Mhm.
But I think we should qualify. I believe we have the right players. I believe that the right ingredients are there to place in the pot.
Mhm.
And I believe now is the right time. The team deserve it. The country deserves it. Well, let me not say the country. The fans, the YouTube community. We've been in this a good while now. We've struggled. We've we've seen one person cry. Well, two-person cry. Um, so
You and
We've seen
Crystal.
two people cry.
no, not Crystal. I've seen
Actually,
two.
actually,
I've
bro.
seen two big men cry over Jamaican football.
I just two
Big
alone, you
feelings.
see? I two alone, you see?
I've only seen two. I've only seen two.
I two alone, you see? My
For
God,
me,
man.
I have turned off football, turned off social media for because of Jamaica's football. So I,
Yeah.
I think tomorrow we deserve it.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. I was watching over some old games in the US up to 2007, and the fan base was there. The fan base started turning off around 2008, 2010. But I tell you, I used to go to games, man. I can tell you, we were drowning them out, right? If it's all right, say the stadium hold 50,000, right? And there's
Mhm.
10,000 of us in there. The 10,000 of us will drown out the other 50,000. That's how terrible we are, right? And we spread out, and you can see the yellow and gold, the black, green, and gold that's all over, take over the stadium, right? I used to be a part of that, and so the crew I used to travel with, when you call them, they just nobody want to go no more. But people start to step out again. I'm starting to go back out again, right? I'm going back again, and a few of the
Because
crew,
it
we
became
start.
depressing that way. Because I always say, like, look, football for me is escapism. That's why sometimes it gets under my skin and people come under my comment section and they start their nonsense because I'm like, this is therapy for me. Don't come in my comment section with nonsense. This is therapy. Like, it's therapy.
Yeah.
Football
But
is
Crystal, that's perfect for
escapism.
you. Listen to me. There's
Yeah.
some guys back home that love their football. They
Yeah.
love their football more than how they love them rum.
No,
Right?
but what I am saying, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying it is therapy, it's escapism. So of course, when our teams don't qualify, it affects us emotionally.
Yes.
It gets to us.
Yes.
Because the escapism factor that we're searching for isn't there. Right. So that's the reason why some of us mentally tune out and say, look, we can't do this no more. It's too much. And especially when your club team is being battered left, right, and center, there's no
Yeah.
escape.
Trust me.
I tell you
All
what,
right.
Shabba, hold up. I don't mean to cut you. I remember we drove down from Maryland, right? Down to Columbus, Ohio. That to watch Jamaica USA. Ricardo Fuller was on it. Stu Peace was in the defense, and we conceded a goal in the third to fifth minute, and we had to win that game. We had to win that game, and we tied that game, bro. It was so cold, Crystal. Oh, that night my body was just so cold. My blood. I couldn't even feel the cold. I sat in my car for almost an hour. No, the engine not running or nothing. I was just disappointed. Just out in my mind, another 4 years. I gotta wait another 4 years again
Believe me.
Wait, which country was this?
in the US. I drove
Listen,
down from Maryland. It's 7 hour drive in the winter time. 7 hour drive
Evan,
all the way down.
I kid you not. I was in the US a couple years ago to watch the ball drop in New York City, and never again. I left out in like my little coat. I didn't have on no hat, no gloves because London is cold, but it's not as cold as the USA. Chavan, When I tell you I watched that ball drop and I just bolted off, I was like, I can't do this. It is too
Wait, New
cold.
York is colder than London?
By far. By far.
Yeah, New York is going more to the north. Everywhere you go to the north,
Siobhan,
it's colder.
I had to go like because New York, obviously a city
Yeah.
that doesn't sleep. I had to go buy hats. I had to go buy gloves. I had to go buy scarf. I was like, never
Yeah.
again, never in my life. The only other place in the UK that's been that cold for me is Nottingham. When the Reggae Girls played against Nottingham
Yeah.
Forest ladies,
Hey,
and I
Tyler,
went.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but your
Mm.
friend Real Baller is in the chat.
I know my boy is there. He's there. I put up his comment. He's
He's
there.
out for dinner, but he still gotta give us some love. Big up Real Baller.
But Crystal, I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
what moment. 'Cause I'm obviously younger, but I'm gonna tell you what moment for me that really hurt me the most, and it shouldn't. The last qualifier was bad but we could have seen it from a mile away that it was not going to happen.
Yeah.
From about probably like the fourth game, I think we all had the like, all right, this probably is, it's probably not going to happen. But you
Yeah.
remember the Nations League semifinal last year against the US?
Yeah.
That
The
last
one that we
minute.
were leading.
That last minute.
Yes. That was a robbery.
Was that the
Best-
Damien goal?
No man. It
No,
was
the one that what's his name scored the own goal on us.
what's his name?
Corey
again?
Burke.
Corey Burke scored the own
Oh
goal.
God. Oh yeah. Oh dear. Yeah.
That time was done. All my Latino friends. Hey man, that was wrong, man. Hey man, that was wrong, man. Everybody see that was wrong.
Look, I spoke with Corey Burke recently the other day, and I asked him what was it like, and he's saying that the biggest thing about it is that somebody wanted to interview him right after it happened, and he was like to the person, "Bro, can't you see that I'm literally crying?"
Yeah. Now it's not the time.
Corey Burke
Yeah.
said that when he was supposed to go back to New York, his club told him, "No, just go to LA and just get some, because you're going to need to see a therapist."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, like that was
Wow, Siobhan, you see the difference though?
the club. Yeah, the club realized that he
Wow.
needed because he knew that it broke him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
can you believe that when the goal scored, this is what, because I was on the watch along with MG, right? I saw Damari Gray go live as the corner when the US won the corner. When I saw Damari Gray go live, I said to MG, all right, it done, because Damari Gray go live. Because you know that he's going to have a live, his broadcast is going to go, is going to be faster than ours, because we're watching it on TV. So I'm in my head,
Okay.
the match is already over. But when I
Okay.
clicked on the notification, the live stream was finished. So I'm like, so why Gray finished the live stream already? Whoops, the ball came across in the back of the net. Best believe I turned off my TV, turned off everything, and I went to bed.
Yeah.
And I never, all the football groups, I muted every single one of them for 2.
Okay, so my wife know, right? My wife know if Jamaica playing or my team is playing. If I'm not cheering, leave me alone. If I'm not happy, or if I turn off the TV and I go in the room, she like, everybody, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment to process. You know what I mean? Just give me a moment to process. Yeah, my sons know that too. Give me a moment to process, right? Especially track and field, everything. They know me. This house is back where go sports, football. I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I'm doing all that, right? My wife knows. So when they hear me quiet, they know what's up.
It's not going according to plan.
Believe me, that game, Crystal, I know what made it worse, Crystal.
Yeah.
When I went to work the following day.
Big up KJ Reed.
You know those persons that they don't normally watch football.
They're the worst.
But because we're in a good position, they start to watch it.
Yeah.
Brother, this is the one them no good. I mean, and I'm in my head, I'm like, if this brother understand what I want to do to you right now, bro. Like, you're lucky that I don't have a piece of board right now. Do not come to me about the team no good.
The words like you're lucky HR exists. Don't
Bro,
talk to
like, bro, that was that day. I think that day broke me the most. And I always tell people this, right? I support Manchester City, right? But no matter what happens, if City goes on a 50-year losing streak, nothing can hurt me than when Jamaica loses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing.
it's different. It's
I
different.
cannot feel when City loses and people trying to laugh at me. I'm like, okay, the hell, brother, it's a club. If Man City win or lose, it don't affect my personal life.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. It's a club that doesn't
Not
know
that-
me. Man City
Yeah.
has never done anything for Jamaica before. So
Do you guys
really,
remember 2019 when we played a friendly against US at Artie Field in Washington DC? I was at that game. Matter of fact, it was my sister that actually bought me tickets. That was the first time I saw Leon Bailey in person. He didn't play, but I got his autograph, right? I took a
Yeah.
photo with him too. And I was in a section with nothing but Americans. And Shaman Nichols scored that goal. I was the loudest person you could think of. I turned
Oh
around
my
like
God.
just
Siobhan, do you
yelling and
remember that
screaming.
goal?
I remember that
goal
match.
was ridiculous. That goal was that's one of the best
Yes.
goals.
Remember that
One of the
goal.
best goals that's been scored in the black, green, and gold. Crazy
And
goal.
my wife was like, baby, be careful. I was like, you know, dude, I just let it go. I was just yelling. I think Shabby them video too, right? I was just doing the most, you know. But yeah,
And
man.
Jeremy, and that's the thing, you know, a lot of persons they don't understand that the emotions that we have with it, it's
Yeah.
because of the love of the game.
Yeah. No,
That's
let me tell you, you know, I'm a Jamaican, right? And anywhere we go, I love my country, right? I've done something, guys. I don't mean to get off track, but before we have all these, you know what I mean, YouTube, whatever, right? The Latinos, they always show these games. They always, so if there's no other way of showing it, the Latinos always have a bar that's showing it. And I remember one time it was Jamaica, El Salvador playing. And you know, we Jamaican, you know, we always go to the own little spot and chill. So I get a call, I went to the wrong bar. Jamaica, El Salvador. And I pay my $20, right? That $20 was a lot of money those times. And I walk in, the wrong bar. And I try to get my money back. The guy said, no. So I have to sit there. Jamaica score, I start yelling, yeah. I turn when I see some guys looking at me, I walk out. I forgot my $20, I walk out.
You better.
No.
You better. It could have been long for
I'm
you.
sorry though. I'm sorry. I'm getting beat up because I'm
No,
cheering.
don't listen to me. Those guys will chop you up, man. Those
don't
guys
care.
don't play.
Listen, all right. I
I
don't
was
think
the
you get
only
it.
black person in there.
Jeremy, I don't think you get it. When Jamaica is playing, this is how serious I am. If a player tackles a Jamaican too hard, I want to go on the field to fight. When Jamaica scores, best believe, bro. Like, I don't think people understand. Jeremy, I love football. You see the whole persons are for track and field?
Yeah.
It's right now because Jamaica can't play the game at the National Stadium. Me and my right mind want to go dig up the track right now. I don't like nothing messing with Jamaica's football. That's just me.
Yeah, you know, you're a proud patriot, you know?
I love
Yeah,
Jamaican
man.
football, and even though I was around when Jamaica qualified for '98 World Cup, I never have no sense them time there.
Yeah.
Never have no sense. I was just 6 years old? Yeah, so I never have no sense. Well, I was 5 when we qualified and 6 when we went. So
Wait a second. Are you saying it? Are you saying I have the sense of that?
Yeah,
I don't
I
never
never have no sense, brother. I'm probably in a stadium. I look for other people at cheer instead of me. I was at the game.
You just didn't have the passion back then. The passion just wasn't there.
Exactly. I was at the game. My father told me I was at the game, and at one point he heard me crying because I couldn't find him, and I was literally right beside of him.
Yeah. Wow.
Maybe you're
Wow.
right. Maybe you're
Yeah, I never had much. No, you were saying that based on how the stadium was packed still,
yeah.
because the stadium was so packed. But literally, so I even though qualified for World Cup, I had no knowledge of the what I call it now of the situation. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
exponential to say that this is such a great moment for Jamaica. So I
You
never.
don't
So
understand what was going on.
Big up Jason Guna. Big up yourself.
bless up Jason. So I want to actually be no. If Jamaica qualify for a World Cup tomorrow, Crystal, I probably run
Yeah.
around the whole country with a flag, literally.
Big up yourself, Jason Guna. If you guys aren't familiar with his channel, do head over to his YouTube channel and kindly hit the subscribe button. Same goes for CC Sports Lab. I wasn't going to touch on CC Sports Lab and his team today. Who knows? Maybe before the show closes up, I might touch on them. I don't know. Depends on if he behaves himself in the comment section or not. Mindset Media. I'm not familiar with your platform. I'm not really sure what you do, so do drop a comment in the comment section and let us know. And let me just get back to the conversation there with the lads. Again, I do want to piggyback off what Mr. Lee said in terms of giving those credit there to the Jamaica Football Federation. I think on this particular live stream, we're all sharing similar sentiments pertaining to giving the credit to the Jamaica Football Federation. The lads are going with a win tomorrow. They I should say they believe that we're going to qualify. I don't think anyone here is convinced that we're going to be playing for a draw. A draw is a slippery slope. So I think we're all saying Jamaica to beat El Salvador tomorrow. Let me know in the comment section if you guys think that we're a little bit deluded. Let me know if you think we will be in Qatar 2025. And if we do qualify, don't worry, Siobhan's got you covered. He will pay for your ticket and your hotel. Okay?
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah, man. Just
Put
write
in
the
a
check.
score in our chat, people. Put in a score in our chat.
Yeah,
Devon Porter, put your score in our
yeah,
chat.
man. Just write the bank where you want me to transfer the money to, and then give it about and give it about some time, and then I will make the transfer. It's November, guys. I think we can make it. I think we can
light
make it to
work,
November.
light work, light work. And also, guys, please do go ahead and kindly hit the like button. If you're watching the stream and you haven't hit the like button, I promise you it does
Tell them
not
put
cost.
it them score, Crystal.
Hit the like button, guys. Please don't make me have to beg you. Also, hit the like button if you're watching over on the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club. Right. So, before we close off on the show, it's only right that we do place those flowers firmly at the feet of the Jamaica Football Federation. I'm sure you guys would have seen the recent recruitment, and I think this is the first time in a very long time where I am just smiling from ear to ear. And I'm just happy to see what the Jamaica Football Federation are doing pertaining to their recent recruitment. I say recent recruitment, one of the ladies that
You
I will
taking
be
time?
one of the ladies that I will be talking about tonight isn't a new employee, but I think it makes sense to also highlight her. So we will be talking about Miss Avery Campbell, Miss Crystal Waters, and also Miss Tanya Lee Perkins. I'm sure you guys will have seen their name floating around the air. So we are going to be talking about them again before the show closes off. But for me, massive thumbs up to the Jamaica Football Federation for obvious reasons. I remember when I first started covering the Reggae Girls, these are some of the things that I say we, I'm talking in third person. These are some of the things that I wanted to see the federation do in terms of their recruitment and so on. And I'm sure other people, the 12th man in the comment section, people who are silently watching the lads on screen, probably share similar sentiments. And I'm talking about the varied demographics there. I will be bringing up the press release, and you would have seen my thumbnail. My thumbnail does speak for itself. Yes, they've gone ahead and they've recruited young, energized women. More importantly, Black women. And I'm going to say, yes, more importantly, Black women, because in football, I don't know about Jamaica, but definitely in the UK, in England, we are massively underrepresented. We're not treated well. We're not treated fairly. People do tend to walk over us. There's a massive gap in inequality pertaining to how women are treated in football in comparison to our male counterparts. And it's even more heartbreaking and shattering when it comes to Black women. So I'm a massive fan of what the Jamaica Football Federation have done in terms of their recruitment there for for Miss Campbell, Miss Waters, and also Miss Lee Perkins on bringing them into the fold. And I do want to wish them the very best of luck. Before I get into the press releases there for Miss Avery Campbell and also Miss Tanya Lee Perkins. Just for clarity, Miss Crystal Waters, she is the Reggae Girls team manager. All right. And she's been around for some time. But as I said, it does make sense since we're talking about the ladies, it makes sense to talk about her as well. But before I continue, how you guys feel about the JFF's girl power that they're giving to us recently?
Well, personally, firstly, I just want to congratulate Avery and Tanya Lee. Avery, I first saw her with her work that she did with the JPL, and just by going to the events, going to the games, you can see the impact in which she has had on the JPL. Um, Recently, the games that we had with Trinidad, she was a massive, massive help with us in ensuring that the second stream, she did something that I never thought would be possible. She helped us massively. I won't say what it is, but she gave us a go ahead to do something that I never thought that would be possible. So I know there are a lot of persons who may doubt her because they're unaware who she may be, but believe me, she is someone that you can put your trust in. And in the marketing aspect, she has already started working immensely. Tanya Lee, you guys should know her. She has been someone that's been I think she's representative for both Damian Lowe and Andre Blake, if I'm not
Mhm.
if I'm correct.
Correct. Correct.
And you can see what she has the deals in which she has been able to pull for those two individuals respectively. So these two individuals are not someone, they're not, again, they're persons who may not know them, but believe me when I say these are two very competent individuals, and they have all my respect, all my love, and I wish them all the best going forward. And well, Avery herself knows that she can reach out to me for anything. I'm a phone call or a message away, and I'll be able to assist her in anything because I know where her mind is, and I can tell with her going forward, it will be great. And for Crystal, Chrissy, whatever you call her, she has been instrumental. She has been there through the hard times. She has been in the boxing ring when the reggae girls were going through it. She has been getting the punches left, right, and center. But she has stood tall, and now she can hold her hand up and said, "Yeah, she's actually the team manager for the reggae girls."
Hmm.
She is really, you can, again, guys, you don't just follow the men's team, the women's team. When you're around them, you can see what Crystal has been doing. So don't doubt her. Well, Crystal here can attest to everything that I'm saying.
And I
She,
agree. That's why I'm letting you talk. I'm like, you're basically just, I don't need to do nothing. You're doing my job for me, making it easier for me. So
you,
continue.
she's someone that all three individuals, I think they can do well, not just for the female team, but also for the men's team as well. Because even Crystal, even though she is the team manager, she's the women's team manager. She actually goes out for the men as well. So all three individuals, guys, I would say just look out for it. The work is already being put in, and believe me, you guys have not seen anything yet. Trust me. Just wait until they hit the ground running, and I can assure you, you guys will be pleased.
Absolutely. So to bring you, just to add a bit of meat to the bones of what Shavana said, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the press release for both of those announcements there, just to refresh our memories and also to bring us all on the same page. I'm wary that some of you are probably missed the press releases there pertaining to Miss Campbell and Miss Lee Perkins when they were appointed some weeks back for the JFF, right? So we're just gonna brush over those two press releases there, and then we're going to continue with the conversation regarding the trio of JFF women. So you should be able to see the press release on the screen in front of you. Don't worry, I do have you covered. I should say, bit of a tongue twister. Let me go ahead and give that a read there for you guys. This one does say here the Jamaica Football Federation would like to officially announce Avery Campbell as the new marketing manager of the Jamaica Football Federation. Campbell carries a wealth of knowledge and experience to the role as she played a role as an executive in the Professional Football Jamaica Limited, that is the PFJL, as sponsorship and execution. Is that what it says? Manager
Executive.
for
Oh, execution manager for 3 years. Yeah.
for 3 years. Campbell will be responsible for overseeing the marketing operations of the JFF liaison with sponsors, marketing agencies, 876 Stream. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with 876 Stream. I feel like I need to make this a little bit bigger, but I'll continue. C11 Media and the fan supporters groups. Biggest fan supporter group for the Jamaica football teams, I would say, is Reggae Boyz and Reggae Girls Supporters Club. There is no other bigger than that particular club right there. Willing to debate with anyone, but I'm pretty sure that I stand correctly. As I do want to continue, it also completes that press release there by saying, as she seeks to extend the reach of JFF and position the JFF football brand, General Secretary of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Dennis Chung, welcomes Campbell to the JFF. And Mr. Chung stated, "We are looking forward to having Miss Avery join the team. We are confident that her expertise will be an asset to the Jamaica Football Federation in terms of building more sponsors, networking, and also raising capital and revenue for the Federation. She has a proven track record in this area, and we feel she will be a benefit to all our national teams." And let me go ahead and read the press release there for Tanya Lee Perkins. Hope you guys are still with me. I can't see the lads on my screen, and I can't see you guys in the comment section.
No, man, I'm here. I'm here.
Thank you, thank you. I'm looking at a separate tab. The writing is so fine, but I'm gonna just continue with what's on screen in front of me. And in terms of Tanya Lee Perkins, you can see there in bold, appointed JFF ambassador. A little bit of a background information similar to Miss Avery Campbell when it comes to Tanya Lee Perkins. Just to remind you all, I did do a separate video some months back now, I think, on Tanya Lee Perkins, and basically just giving her the flowers that she deserves, similar to what Siobhan did, touched on the fact that, you know, she's managing the likes of our vice and vice captain and captain, that is Damien Lowe, and also Andre Blake as well, where the senior men's football team is concerned. And she's also taking charge of Jaden Hibbert. You can go ahead and rewatch that video in your own time. So pertaining to the press release, it does say here, the Jamaica Football Federation has proudly announced the appointment of Tanya Lee Perkins as an ambassador, marking a pivotal step in strengthening the team's connections with stakeholders and sponsors. I feel like this is something that it's so like delightful to see the Jamaica Football Federation speak with these type of language, because I feel like they haven't done it before in the past.
The transparency.
Yeah, we haven't really been privy to these type of information. So again, people probably watching and saying, so what? That's what they're supposed to do. Yes, I do agree, but I'm a massive believer in, if someone is doing something positive, then you should always let them know, because what you do want to do is encourage them to do more of the same. All right. And it does say here, Tanya Lee Perkins, a trailblazer in sports marketing and athlete management, brings a proven track record to this role. A founder and head of Leap Marketing, she has managed the brand of elite athletes across football, track and field, and motorsports with her roster over the years, including Reggae Boyz captain Andre Blake, formerly vice president marketing at Sports Max. Tanya led campaigns across 31 countries, establishing the network as the region's most watched sports channel. She also directed marketing efforts for global parties such as the English Premier League, the UEFA Champions League, NBA, FIFA World Cups 2010, 2014, and 2018, as well as the Olympics. As an ambassador, Tanya will assist in driving sponsorship and funding for the JFF while strengthening relationships with stakeholders and supporters. Her commitment to community development is reflected in initiatives like Andre Blake's Goalkeeper Clinic and Damien's Low annual Christmas treats. In order to serve as a JFF ambassador, Miss Tanya Lee Perkins stated, I am passionate about football and committed to helping the teams as they prepare for the various qualifying campaigns. General Secretary of the JFF, Mr. Dennis Chung, he chimed in and he stated, we are thrilled to welcome Miss Tanya as an ambassador as we take another step in strengthening relationships with our stakeholders. We are confident her expertise in marketing, sponsorship, and public relations will elevate the JFF brand and inspire greater support for fans and sponsors alike. We also heard from Mr. Michael Ricketts. Mr. Michael Ricketts is the president of the JFF. He also expressed elation to the announcement. He stated, we are confident that Ms. Tanya will be an asset to the Federation. She carries a wealth of knowledge and experience in craft and trust that her skill sets will lead to further growth and success in the area of sponsorship and engagement. I think that's a beautiful way to end on, because sorry, I don't want to be a little bit of a negative Nancy, but it's very rare that we hear maybe they say it behind closed doors, but publicly we've not been privy, or let me speak for myself, I've not been privy to hearing the likes of Mr. Ricketts talk about assets. We always talk about, I'm going to talk about assets, I always relate it to the Jamaica, to the senior reggae girls, right? Because, back-to-back World Cup qualification, round of 16. So I see them as the number one asset to our football. So it's great to hear Mr. Michael Ricketts talk about assets, seeing Tanya Lee Perkins as an asset, talking about her wealth of knowledge, her experience. I think he's saying all the right words, and I do believe what's been said. Because in relation to who it's being said about, again, touching on things like further growth and success in the area of sponsorship and engagement. How excited are you guys pertaining to these two recruitments?
Well, for me, as mentioned, I'm just looking forward for the continuance of the work that I've seen them do over the past couple of years. Again, I know what they can do. So in regarding to Avery, Avery, as mentioned, Avery has been instrumental in the growth of the JPL.
Yeah.
As you can see in regards to what the group, as we can see how popular the JPL has become. We even saw a video recently where there was someone from even Australia ranking the JPL as the most entertaining league for them. I know a lot of persons would disagree, but if you look at from that marketing aspect, look at what they've done in promoting the games, getting the games out to persons overseas, having persons being more aware of some of the work. So it's just hard to me to say on hand, but a lot of the work in which they have done, you have to give them the respect for that, and just look forward for it going forward.
And even just piggybacking off what you said, even the things like I'm sure she would have done during her 3-year career with the Jamaica Premier League, focusing on things like fan engagement, ensuring that the 12th man enjoy football. These are some of the things that we don't usually put in the same sentence when we're talking about Jamaica football and the 12th man. So she definitely has the experience of delivering upon what the fans want and what the
and
fans.
also from a commercial aspect, how many we've seen now, the amount of different sponsors that have come on board for the JPL, to where the point where now almost every team is sponsored by a different company, and then we each team have a different company. So you have to give, before then you would hear that sponsors, they are unable to locate sponsors, unable to gain interest, but no, you
Yeah.
don't really hear that much anymore. So that's part of that's part of our previous portfolio. So again, there's many more. Miss Tanya Lee, I mean, what the media, the press release said it all. She was the vice president at Sportsmax. She's the head of lead marketing. We've seen the whole work. So um, just imagine that being done now to a brand like the JFF, Jamaican. Well, not just the JFF, reggae football. I call it reggae football because when you look at even an Adidas, Adidas, at the time when Adidas came on board, Jamaica wasn't any hot bird in a footballing term, but they still came on board. So just imagine going forward the amount of attention that's going to be grabbed now with their XOC. So I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be positive for me.
I definitely agree with you. I'm gonna touch on some more stuff to do with Tanya Lee. But before I do that, just backtracking on Avery Campbell there. Again, I think it's important for us to realize that she must have an abundance of quality, because it's no secret that the JFF had hunted her. So I don't think the JFF are going to go out of their way to headhunt someone if they don't feel that they tick the necessary criteria pertaining to what they're searching for. And as I said, she does have those qualities that naturally you're looking for pertaining to marketing. I think sometimes in football, maybe not necessarily where the JFF are concerned, but maybe you can even look at your club team. Your club might recruit a marketing manager, but the marketing manager perhaps isn't best suited to the role because they probably don't really know much about football. At least you can say with someone like a Miss Avery Campbell, you can say, look, she has 3 years under her belt working with Jamaica Premier League, the top tier of Premier League football on the island. She's also received training along the way in her previous role. She's also received training through CONCACAF. So clearly, she has that natural desire to want to upskill herself. And again, upskilling is something that I've spoken about on separate live streams. Like, it doesn't matter how young you are or how old you are in terms of trying to maintain your relevance in your field. You should always be open-minded to want to upskill yourself. And clearly, she seems like she's that type of person. I think for us, we do need to give her support as you would with a Tanya Lee Perkins. I think, we need to allow both women to get settled. It's probably going to take some time for them to settle and assess the situation for what it is. And we also, I think for me, for the JFF, I would love for the JFF to give both of these ladies the license to roam. In particularly, Miss Avery Campbell. I think for her role, she needs to be given the license to roll in terms of having that freedom to make those decisions and in order to implement her vision. I think if she isn't given the license to roam, I can't really see how she would be of tremendous benefit to the federation. I'm sure that they're going to be doing that anyways, but for me, again, the fact that she's come in, young Black woman, working for the Jamaica Football Federation, massive thumbs up. The bigger picture here, we all know that football is a male-dominated industry. But I think Avery's success, I think that is going to total out to further progression for more women wanting to come and work in football. I think if she is successful, and I do trust that she will be successful, I think it will be a reminder to the Jamaica Football Federation that, hey, look, women can work in football. And we've seen where the women's team is concerned pertaining to Mr. Della Marley. Who knows, women might just be the secret weapon to getting us to be better where football is concerned, not just on the field of play, qualifying for back-to-back World Cups, but even polishing up where the branding is concerned. You heard Siobhan spoke not too long ago, dare I say, and I don't want to get too carried away, but maybe with a Tanya Lee Perkins coming on board, maybe at some point we can say, gone are the days where sponsors don't want to listen to us. Gone are the days where sponsors don't want to buy into whatever is being sold to them. So one of my concerns with Miss Avery Campbell, I would love for the fact that, again, that she is able to express herself, and I would like to think that the fact that they've headhunted her, that age won't be a restriction. I hope that her age won't be a restriction for her to spread her wings and achieve great things. And in terms of Tanya Lee, Miss Tanya Lee, again, piggybacking before I forget, piggybacking off what Siobhan said, let's go ahead and bring something up on screen. I might have to leave my main screen quickly. Do you want to? I'm going to sound like a bit of a broken record. I'm just going to touch on just so you guys can understand Miss Tanya Lee and what she's all about and how big of a catch she is for the Jamaica Football Federation, right? So I'm gonna change my tab very quickly. We're gonna look at two posts over on Instagram. They're dated. You should be looking at a post in front of you of Jaden Hibbert, I think the youngest in charge. And this is wonderful. He is being marketed by Miss Tanya Lee. And the post read for itself. It says here, my first brand ambassador deal. I am thrilled to announce that I am the first track and field brand ambassador for KFC Jamaica. In Jamaica, KFC is always my go-to spot when I arrive in Jamaica. So this is a big deal. Big up. A big thank you to Tanya Lee and Leap Marketing. Hashtag Dream Team KFC. Big deal. Just the beginning. And I think the reason why I wanted to share this with you is because I think it's quite jaw-dropping to know that Jamaica, I mean, you guys don't need me telling you, we have an abundance of athletes, track and field athletes over the years, successful track and field athletes. And the fact that young Jaden Hibbert has just stepped up and he has become the first track and field brand ambassador for KFC Jamaica. I think that is clearly a massive testimony to Tanya Lee and all her hard work. And I think that's an indication of her being able to think differently, being able to think outside of the box, and more importantly, being able to walk into that room, boss it, and get the job done. Another thing that I wanted to share with you guys in terms of Tanya Lee being able to get the job done. Another sport that she has put her foot in. You should be able to see this one on screen with another one of her client. This time we're looking at motorsports, and this quote here says, "Cheers to another successful pairing with an important message. Drink and drive responsibly." With her client, and you can see there on the car, the motor car, you can see Heineken, right? So to go into motorsport where we're not exactly known for motorsport and to get a sponsorship for your client, you can clearly see that Heineken Zero, the drive responsibly, sponsors her athletes. I think that's a massive indication into who Tanya Lee is and what she is capable of achieving. Issa Allen says, who knows Tanya Lee outside of Jamaica? I think it depends on how deep you are in your sports. I think it depends on how deep you are in sports, but I don't know every single person that markets their athletes within whichever country that you can think of, so be it the United States or the United Kingdom. I will say that we are very fortunate to have her, though. Again, sports is massively male dominated, maybe not so much in athletics, but more certainly in football. So I definitely think that we should be feeling the privilege of having someone like your Tanya Lee on board. And I do think that she has all the assets, the attributes in her arsenal to go ahead and get us those all important deals as our ambassador. What do you make of that, Siobhan and Mr. Lee?
Well, yeah, for Tanya Lee, I can't really say much for the knowledge of her being persons knowing her outside of Jamaica, but I think the press release did mention it. She in working for Sportsmax, being the vice president in 31 different territories. So I think that is enough. I'm not sure if Issa meant like on a global standpoint in America, Europe, but I've seen where she's done work in America. I've seen where she's done work with the Reggae Girls as well when they were in Europe, even during the World Cup as well. So, but for me, again, I don't know what more to say. Chris, I think I think both addition to the JFF, I think it has a big positive. So for me, it's all well. I'm just looking forward for them to continue the work that they've been doing and to see how well they can have the JFF brand get even bigger.
Agreed. Mr. Lee, anything that you'd like to add?
You're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, my way. I hear you.
Yeah, okay, I was mute. So I want to back this up a bit first. We got to give it to the JFF again, and Mr. Chung for going out and hiring these ladies, right? So it's a balance. The female team can feel comfortable going to these ladies. You got to give it to them because one of them had said, I forgot her name. She said the JFF sought after her. They came, they identify her and say you know. So we've got to give it to them. Actually, I heard Cranky call out, and Mr. Chung, it's the same people that they are, what you call it, recycling, right? And to see them go for different people, right? And people that everybody feels so good about these ladies. So yeah, I think it's a good look, and I think that these ladies have what it takes to move the JFF in a better direction. Go ahead, Siobhan.
Yeah, that's true. And as Simon has pointed out, um, as of late, we've had good amount of females representing in the sporting aspect. Um, the but Chris said that she'd keep the women's Premier League information for her next show. But for me, I just want to see before beating. As you know, we Jamaicans we like to beat before we see anything happen. Before I like to criticize anyone, I would like to just see the work that they're doing. Um, what makes it even better is because I know what they can do. So I just want to see how that is going, and
Yeah.
then we can move on from there. And as what Jeremy said, we have to give the JFF credit because we have been calling for changes to be made within the JFF. They are doing it. So I think it's just right that we just allow them to do the work that they've been tasked with.
Yeah. Yeah, and so but let's back it up again. What he was saying, right? The same people keep on, recycling and the same result. And actually, they gotta give it to Mr. Chung and whoever is going out and recruiting these females or recruiting these people. I don't care who you are, right? But as long as you come in and make a difference, not the same old, right? And I've seen where things have changed, right? I've seen where Manny's man gone in and he's doing, I'm not sure what he's doing, but I think whatever he's doing is making a difference, right?
He's a team manager.
Yeah, team manager. And I think I can see the changes coming, right? So I beat Mr. Chung a lot, but I have to give him some respect in this. I have to give him some credit in this. I see changes they're making. I see they're going on and identify people and bringing them in instead of bringing in the same old people doing the same thing, same result. So kudos JFF. I see you guys are stepping up. No, they're not paying me a dime, nickel, or a penny, but you gotta give them credit when it's deserved, right? I beat them a lot, but I've seen them making changes. They do not, so you have to give it to them, right? So this is what I want to see from my federation, right? Hear the fans and listen to the players and start to make a difference. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm putting down my money because I'm going to fly to games. I'm going to travel to games, right? And I'm bringing my crew with me, so that's two money. That's two money me have to carry, right? I have to pay for my wife and pay for me. I'm coming to games at Jamaica, and I'm going to go to games in the States, games in Canada. I'm not being a wagamist, but we have to get back to grassroots, support the team, right, Siobhan?
Yeah, that's true. Support the team regardless of what happens, um, and support the team regardless of who is selected as well. Both men, women, crocodiles, zebras, whoever puts on the Jamaica jersey.
I'm not supporting no crocodile. I don't do that crocodile thing. You're on your own with that
Whosoever,
one day.
whosoever is supporting, whosoever is
I
putting on
mean,
the
coach,
Jamaican
don't
color.
don't let Kyle hear you say that, Mr. Lee.
Don't let Kyle hear
Eh?
you say that, Mr.
Don't
Lee.
let Kyle hear you say that you're not dealing with no
The
crocodile.
crocodiles have to be supported, man.
Lee.
But whosoever puts on the Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls jersey, we're going. We want everybody to come out and support them. We want all of them. We want to big up the fan group, the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club. The work in which we've been doing, wanting to spread the word, trying to get the fans engaged, etc. It's
Yep.
really appreciative. And for me personally, the when me and a few of ours, Chemo and some of us, we came up with the idea of creating a supporters club. This is what we wanted it for. Was to galvanize the fan support
Mm-hmm.
across the states, across the UK, Canada, and Jamaica. Um, there has been challenges, however, we can see where the idea it wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
bad one, even though we may not be doing it to the best of our ability right now, but it's still new. But we are growing and we want to ensure that everything does go well. Well, my steam fish is
Siobhan,
here.
I want to ask
Well,
you a
my steam
question,
fish is here, so
Siobhan.
give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Go on.
And you know what, Crystal? One of the thing I wanted to ask him, right? How does he view us in the diaspora, right?
Who is that?
Because he, oh,
Who is that? But before I forget my manners, big up Mr. Simon Preston in the comment section as well. You already know who he is, the Reggae Boys.
yeah,
Press
man,
up,
big up Simon.
big up Simon in the press in the
Yeah.
comment section as well. Mr. Lee, who were you talking about?
No, I was saying to Siobhan, how does he view us in the diaspora when it come on to us supporting
Ah, good
just
question.
how does he
I
view us,
like that.
I'll tell you what, I think I became more Jamaican after I left Jamaica.
Interesting. What do you mean by that?
Let me tell you, I always want to, it's a struggle, right? You came abroad, and put it this way, it never leave me. I never forgot myself. I never forget where I'm coming from, right? And I instill that in my children, in my wife, and everybody. This is me. You see a black, green, and gold flag, and I remember myself. I go home twice every year, right? My
Yeah.
grandma is home. My grandma is 90. She's strong like a lion. I go home, she said the same stuff for me. You know what I mean? She fry fish for it, the bami, she cook for it, she draw the water from the tank, because she live in the country. I love going home to that every year. Sometimes I go home twice a year just for that, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of me, I will tell you this. The person who I am, thank God, is Jamaica. It make me a man, tough, because some stuff that happened to me in America here, if it wasn't for the way I was built in Jamaica, I couldn't survive it. You understand me? I could not survive it. And so I said I become more patriotic to my country when I come here. I love America, but I have more appreciation for Jamaica. You understand? And so I follow every Jamaica team, every cricket, this, that. I follow everything. You know what I'm saying? I support. It will never leave me. I don't care what anybody wants. You overseas, no, never, never. I never turn my back. Never. Love that little country. Love it.
Before we close up, I will allow Siobhan. I am so jealous of his steamed fish. I
I'm sorry. I had to turn the camera off just now so I could.
no.
You know anybody see my eating fish?
That's I will allow Siobhan to answer your question before we close off.
Yeah, repeat again, Jeremy.
So how do you feel about us fans in the diaspora cheering for the team? How do you as a local feel about us?
I am extremely grateful for it. The fact that majority of most Jamaicans don't have the opportunity to really go overseas and to support the teams. For every single person that goes over there and that's over there takes, as you mentioned, even in some weather, some minus degrees weather to support the team. I know you have Jamaicans that won't even go to games that are here. So I personally, I am truly appreciative. As Simon mentioned, in the Canada game last year, there were over 10,000 Jamaicans at the BMO field. I can't even come to think of that. 10,000 persons there to support the Reggae Boys.
Before that, it used to be what you call it, double that,
See?
double that. But the fan base are come back out. It's coming back out.
Yeah, so that's why I said that I have to give a special shout out to the YouTubers because regardless, I don't think Jamaica's football right now would be where it is without the YouTubers. Crystal,
I,
you're a
Yes,
part of that.
that's true.
I,
That's
I
You're
true.
agree with media
you're a part
fact.
of that. Simon Preston, I think he was the pioneer in all of this. So
Yeah.
Simon, you deserve a statue in the YouTube space. You're the Christopher Columbus for all of us. You have Ryan, you have Coach's Desk, you have Management, you have MG,
Frankie,
Cranky, so many persons who have done,
JD Sport, you can't afford my boy
yes,
JD,
sorry,
you
my
know.
apologies, JD. My apologies. You have
JD and JT,
JT,
to
you
keep
have
them up.
JD and JT. So a lot of this has to go down to person, and majority of the
Jason
persons that
Guna
I just,
also,
yeah,
unseen.
and most of the persons that I just called, they are persons that are actually in the diaspora as well. So it just
But
goes
you're
to
right.
show,
Simon Preston was like the grandfather for a lot of it. Javon, you gone?
yeah, yeah, Simon is the grandfather for others. So I said that he deserves a statue for all of this. So for the persons overseas and the fans overseas, I personally am truly grateful. I know the JFF is truly grateful as well for you guys for doing exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Mama Talawa, where you got, Mama Talawa? Mama Talawa look like she gotta make some steam fish herself.
I got kicked out of my own studio. How embarrassing.
It happens. It happens.
My apologies. Sorry
Yeah,
about that,
man. It
guys.
happened, man. It happened.
Tonight's stream's
Yeah.
gone well over what I bargained for. I did say 1 hour, and we've gone over it by 36 minutes and counting. So I am going to bring this one to an end because
Before you go,
Siobhan,
Crystal, I'm sorry. Before you
yes,
go,
sir.
one thing. If you could get one of those ladies on your program, you know, if you could get one of the ladies that we have
Yeah.
on tonight
Who
on your
who do you
program.
want? Who do you want on the program? Or should I ask the guys in the comment section? Or you could tell me who would you want?
Bring anyone, it'd be okay with us because I'd love to hear from them. Anyone.
All right.
I think
All right.
I think it would be good if we could have both of them together.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We could have both of them together so
Mm-hmm.
that they would be able, and then what as well we could actually share ideas to both of them as well. Because
Yeah,
remember, it's one big community. One person doesn't know everything.
that is true. That is true. Okay, we could look into doing that. Getting both Miss Campbell, Miss Lee Perkins to pop over on the channel and yeah, interview the ladies and see how we can all help each other. Just like Travan said, one hand can't clap. We're all in this together. So yeah, we could look into that. All right, guys. So I am going to have to love you and leave you
Yeah, man.
because Shaban deserves to eat his steam
It's
fish in
it.
peace.
Yeah, man.
And
We're good, man.
I
It's a
don't want
nice
no
show.
bone to choke him, So he deserves to have his dinner in
And
peace.
I'm not gonna lie, the fish is amazing. So
Oh my God. Oh God. Mr. Lee's just jumped out the studio. I think that was
yeah,
by a
because
complete accident.
him want smell. And funny thing about it, steam fish is right here, literally just right here,
Is it? Oh
just right
God.
here.
Jesus. I am
But don't worry,
absolutely
but
starved.
when we qualify for all World Cups, we'll have one big party in Jamaica. You can just come down and just get your share.
If you send me your jet, I'll be more than happy to come down. Why not? Send your
Uh,
jet to pick me up.
yeah, no worries, man. And I'll just Magic can carry all of London as well. So we'll just carry everybody with it, all Jamaican heritage back here.
All right. I'm in. I'm definitely in. Shaban, what are you up to? What's next for you? How can people find you on socials?
Well, for me, as everybody know, most persons would know, I work alongside MG. So I do graphics every now and then. I have my graphic page, but it's really just for MG Sports. Um, and I do so the whole JFF live thing. It's most MG as well. So that's mainly it. Not really a social media person. I'm more into watching you guys on YouTube. I'll jump on shows every now and then to give my little 2 cents. But follow everybody, guys. Follow Simon Preston, follow MG, follow Ryan, follow Crystal, follow the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club.
100%,
Well,
100%.
we're growing bigger and bigger, and we've been here all along. It's just that there's a merger, so we're just looking forward, and we want to see full houses. We want to go to every single World Cup going forward. We want when we qualify for the 2026 World Cup, the away fans are looking at us like, so Jamaica nice. Yeah, so that's what we want, and that's what we're aiming for from each one of the supporters club. So you can follow all of us. It's the same initiative for all of us. All of us have the same goal. So just bless up for me.
100%. I think you said that beautifully there. I don't think I need to add anything. Actually, I will. I will echo what he has said. Follow all of us. The space is big for each and every one of us. So just like Siobhan said, follow Elite Sports, follow MG Sports TV, follow Simon as well, and all the rest of the guys in the space that's doing some outstanding work. So yeah, let's see how we can continue to learn from each other. Thank you guys for rocking with me for 1 hour and 40 minutes. I'm sorry I robbed you of an extra 40 minutes. I did say I was gonna make it 1 hour, but I think the conversation was flowing, and so I just let it flow. I should be back giving you guys a show. I'm thinking Sunday, right? I'm thinking of giving you guys a show on Sunday, and
I,
yes, it
I
will
think
be about the
everybody
Reggae
should do a
Boys.
show. I think everybody should do a show tomorrow at 10 p.m. after the final whistle.
Look, you see, Siobhan just draw us out. So we might be back tomorrow, it seems. Gonna probably talk to the lads in the WhatsApp chat and see what's what. But it seems like we're gonna be back tomorrow. So Saturday and Sunday. Um, Simon, I'm broke. I cannot afford a direct flight to Jamaica. It costs a lot of money. But yes, you're right. Gatwick for your direct flights. Heathrow gives you the stopover. Gatwick takes you direct. KJ Reed, big up yourself, KJ Reed. I don't think I gave you your big up, so I do apologize. Guys, if you're out and about, you're making it, I hope you make it home safe and unharmed. If you're new to the channel, I do hope that you've kindly hit the subscribe button. Also hope that you've hit the subscribe button over on the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club. Also hope that you have hit the like button. Thank you so much for blessing me with a moment of your time. Big up my lovely panelists, Siobhan and also Jeremy Lee, both faces. They're not strangers to the YouTube circuit. I'm pretty sure they're familiar faces and familiar faces to my channel as well. So thank you to the two lads there for blessing me with their time. And I will have to love you and leave you. I will be seeing you again before the weekend comes to an end. And you know how it goes. Until next time, take care.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.